Upland television. My name is Lucy Onekalit Namalike, the head teacher of Global View Preparatory School. Our school is found in Page Division, Lamit Kapim North, of course, Kitugu Municipality. This is our 50th week since we opened for term 2 2023. We started very well. The turn-up was so good. Our parents are so positive. Even when it came to requirements, both class and the personal requirements, they provided us these requirements in time, so it gave us a very good start. Last week we had the beginning of term 1 examinations as per our program. We concluded very well, and on Saturday we had an academic day. This is part of our program. We normally make an arrangement at the end of a session of assessment. We invite the parents, and then specifically we discuss the academics of their children. So during this time, we do not allow parents to bring in any eats. It is rather specifically to discuss each and every learning area. So for this case, the parent comes in with the child and ensures that they visit each and every teacher who teaches that child. They discuss the strengths and weaknesses of the child, if they are there anyway. So at the end of it all, they sign the report. And later the administrators and the learning area subjects, teachers, sit and discuss each and every report made about each child. Then later recommendations are made, a follow-up is made to see how we ensure that all the learners are at the same. We try to make them be at the same level. So generally we do that to cater for individual differences. For example, if a child has scored very well in a specific learning area and has weaknesses in another, we try to go into the details. If it is maybe numeracy where there is a problem, we go into the details and see where the child has a problem. Then we come in to support such a child. We have quite many strategies of how we do this. We have peer tutoring, for example, that happens in upper primary, where we select a child who is very good at a specific area, and then we allow this child to teach the others with the guidance of the subject teacher. We also have school parents. In Global View Preparatory School, we have mothers, we have fathers of these children. So where the biological mother is absent, biological father is absent, the school parent comes in to take charge. So we do that in academics, we do that in providing psychosocial support, and this has really worked for us. It is working for us. So this goes on till the term ends. And then of course we wrap up by giving the parents the academic stroke, the discipline report. Success begins with the proper planning. Success begins with the proper planning. For us in Global View, we have worker plans. For example, we have the annual worker plan. We detail it to termly worker plan, and then we keep extracting the week's activities. For example, for this week, we have activities that we have extracted from the main program, majorly academics and other co-curricular activities. And we ensure that we follow the details of each and every programmed activity. But again, it starts from the time of recruitment. We are very strategic when it comes to recruiting staff members. We follow merit. We look at meritorious basis. So in order for a teaching staff to be recruited, they must be having good grades, especially at senior 4 level and at the college. And then we also look at what else can that staff do apart from delivering in class. So we have a dedicated team of administrators, including the PTA, who are involved in recruitment. That is human resource. I, for one, has gone ahead to do human resource management. So I really value this so much. So we try to recruit suitable staff members. They are dedicated and they follow what is exactly supposed to be done. It does not stop there. We motivate and train our workers. So as per the program, at the beginning of the term, we always carry out a lot of talks, a lot of trainings, professionalism, item taking, and that's why our teachers are up to date. When it comes to dress code, they are there. When it comes to delivery, they are there. And we also attend government programs so that we are not left behind. So our teachers know the mission and the vision of the school. It is part of them. And with the proper planning, yes, they are able to deliver. When it comes to the learners, we believe that there is no learner who is stupid. All learners are equal, but at times it is the environment that changes these children. So for us at Global View, we try so hard that we create a very favorable environment for learning. We are very friendly to our children. We try to mentor them. We are teaching them a lot. Actually, at times there is some information that the parents are not giving, but at Global View we have the parents, adopted parents of these learners. So we try to do our best. We train them how to read. We train them how to revise books. And this is part of them. No wonder that's why when an examination comes in, they are able to transfer what has been given to them. And that's why we are where we are. So we try so much to bring in the parents because we believe they are partners into this. We involve them so much. We involve them so much, especially with discipline, because we believe that without discipline, a child cannot excel academically. So these are pillars that we are following: academic excellence and then the discipline of the learners. So we only have a few stubborn fellows, but the discipline is so much bearable. They are just a little bit stubborn, but we try. When it comes to studies, they are really focused. And even on the side of the learners, we motivate them. Like it starts right from class, when the learners give the right answers, right responses, we reward them. When we do any assessment, a learner who scores aggregate 4 gets a certificate and any other gift. The second one, like that. But we do not reward the third and the others. We only keep talking to them. So we do this before the rest of the learners. Just because we want them to also come up and compete and have healthy competitions. So that one is there. Then we also offer free uniforms to the very disciplined and excellent learners. We'll get a pair of uniform and offer to them. Like those who are transitioning from K3 to P1, they get free uniforms. So all this has motivated our learners to compete. When we are for our assemblies, we have different talks that we present to our pupils. We teach them about hygiene. We teach them about public speaking. You know, there is a lot that we are training them to do. That's why when it comes to other activities like quiz, like debates, they are able to stand and debate. So we really want to have our school as the best, not only in academics, but also in other co-curricular activities. And we trust that with the system that we have, we shall be there. We shall be there. I know we shall excel. Yes, the system is there, and we are trying to follow and implement to the dot. We also do benchmarking. We are good friends to most of the excellent schools in Central. We have always invited them to share with us what is not here, and we also share with them what we have on ground. So this kind of exchange of knowledge has also helped us so much. We bring those teachers to teach our learners, especially the upper primary, and as well those teachers meet our teachers. They attend our lessons, and later they write to us a report that we follow to the dot. And we have kept doing this. We have kept advancing. That's why our curve of performance has kept going up. We believe this time we shall have 100% score. Because previously we were let down by one child who scored 13 aggregates. This time round, we have brought in more other strategies, and we believe we shall have 100%. Finally, we pray. We pray because we believe that the Almighty does the rest. So prayer is part of us. We believe in God. Study tours are also part of our activities in this school. We believe that in most cases when we teach in class, when we teach theory, there is need to expose the learners to see practically and touch some of what we teach in class. So like we take them out to see the physical features, human activities, and then they are able to relate with what is taught in class. So this deepens their understanding, more especially in science and the social studies. It deepens their understanding. Like of recent, we had one study tour out there, We were able to visit Entebbe International Airport. The children were able to have a cruise around the airport. So they now have a clear, interpretation of what an airport looks like. They were able to even interact with the workers at the airport. They were able to ask several questions. They were able to see people loading and offloading, people boarding the planes. So with such, it remains permanent in the child's memory. So in case there is any question, they are able to interpret and write. We visited the Wildlife Center of Uganda. They were able to see several wildlife animals. So once you get back to class and you're talking about wildlife, the kids have it in mind. They know they easily focus because they have seen them eat, they have seen those wild animals jump here and there. They have really had that view of the animals. So we visited the Parliament of Uganda, and while there we were able to see what happens in Parliament. So once you bring back the kids in class and you're talking about the Parliament, you're talking about the clerk to the Parliament, you're talking about the Speaker of Parliament. Actually, they have been there. They have even seen the seat where the Speaker sits. They have seen, in case the President is present, where he sits. They have seen the side where the opposition sit, where those in the government side sit. Actually, the moment was so good. They had a lot of questions for those who attended to us, and they came back with a lot of knowledge. So such a child will not fail a question about who is, the clerk to Parliament, what is the role of the clerk to the Parliament, And for this case, we were able to meet the Speaker of the Parliament of Uganda, Honorable Anita. So we interacted with her shortly, and there is a way she talked to our children and motivated them that for her she was a female, but in a very high position, and she encouraged our children to study very hard. She was telling them for her she did a lot. She studied from smaller schools, but she was focused. That's why she is where she was. That alone, such people whom the kids meet when they go out, such experiences help them so much. So while we were coming back, they were able to see a lot, right from the northern part as we crossed to central, Karuma Falls, They really have it, they get it in mind. So when they get back to school, there's that breakdown of boredom. There's a way to rejuvenate the children. They come back when they are fresh. It was such a good experience, and I would encourage other schools to have field study trips. They should have field study trips so that the learners can be able to integrate what is learned in class as theory plus what they can see out there. We're also able to see some factories, and our learners saw processing. They saw different plants, and really it was such a good experience. Only that we are challenged with the issues of finances. For example, when we make such arrangement, we are supposed to take most of the learners, like P7, P6, and P5, but some of our parents did not manage to pay. But my humble appeal to our parents is that they should always support learning by contributing, because these are private schools whose source of income is fees. It comes from the parents. There are no donations, so we entirely depend on the fees and those other contributions that the parents make. So please, dear parents, not only Global View, but the entire country, support the children so that they can have an exposure, so that they can have learning outside class. It is so good. It gives them a very good experience. In Global View Preparatory School, we have quite a number of facilities that aid learning. For example, we have a library. At first it was a book bank. As we kept developing slowly by slowly, we have been able to add in a lot of materials, including newspapers, various textbooks, storybooks, yes, and all these aid learning. We have books for all levels, from primary up to nursery level, both learners' books and teachers' guides or reference books. We've made sure that we are up to date. Whichever books that are edited, we make sure that we acquire them so that we balance our learning. Away from that, we have some computer studies. This is basically for upper primary. We are teaching basics of computer, that is ICT, to our learners. However, we have been challenged a little bit because in our area here, we do not have electricity. So we charge our computers using solar, and at times the batteries run low, and we have to find where there is electricity, and then we try to charge them. Otherwise, our learners are so much interested in learning computer. We appeal to our leaders that soon or later they need to extend the electricity to our area so that we can have our learners fully engaged in practical work as far as ICT is concerned. We also still teach a lot of practicals, especially in agriculture, that is science. We have the school garden where we do a lot of demonstration. When it comes to maybe bulb growing, we go and physically demonstrate it. We normally do this according to our scheme. So, for example, in science, if a teacher knows that they are going to talk about maybe vegetable growing, we shall plan early and have a sample of vegetables grown in our school garden. And that is how it flows. So, as I said initially, it's all about planning. We ask our teachers to submit what they intend to teach and which time. Then we plan and have these grown in our gardens, so that when it comes to the lessons, we can teach theory and then come out and do it practically as well. Like a nursery bed, our children right from P3 onwards can ably prepare for you a nursery bed, and they will always explain to you the whole process up to the time of transplanting. So we do that in Global View. We also have improved the water facilities, as you will have to see the demonstration. We have built up tanks in the different points. When it is raining, we are able to harvest water into our tanks. And then we have one for washing hands at a time when we are supposed to go to eat. That is break time and lunch time, and after visiting the latrines. This is one of the modern hand washing facilities. This is a tank. we harvest water from the roof when it rains. At times we connect the tube from the tap and have water in our tank. So there is a tube here with very many openings. So we switch on from here, turn the tap, and the water flows. So we can have 15 children washing hands at a go. It has helped us to save water because at a time when we are supposed to serve is when we bring the children. So they wash in shifts. A group washes. We normally put our soap around here. A group washes, goes away, and then another group comes in. At the end of it all, we close. So we open the water tank, and then several children are able to wash their hands properly with soap. Then after they are done, we close the tap and send them to where they are supposed to be. So the same happens when it comes to water for drinking. We have different water points where the learners are expected to carry their bottle, run there, fetch water and drink. This happens at break time, lunchtime, and after classes. Of course, we control these kids. We cannot just leave them to keep opening and closing the tanks. So we also have a lot of co-curricular activities going on. When you look at our timetable, it clearly spells out the time for physical education for each class. So we do this during the times when the kids have wore sports wear. So we normally take them out in the playground and instruct them to do physical education. Definitely, we as staff members also accompany them because we believe that physical education is part of health. It is part of good health. That's why it is strictly followed on our timetable, and we shall continue to follow this. We have VIP improved pit latrines. They are well constructed and they are being used by our learners. And with our education, it does not stop in class with academics. We normally, at a time, bring our learners out depending on the class and demonstrate how properly the latrines can be used. We demonstrate clearly how a rubbish pit, can be used. And at times we involve them in the cleaning, in the burning of the rubbish, because we believe that this is part of good health. Of recent, we have introduced the Kavera campaign, and our learners know that when they come across a Kavera or any plastic material, they are supposed to pick it even without instruction and take it to the rubbish can, or straight away take it to the rubbish pit. This is part of us. We believe that this can help save our environment. This can help save our environment. We also have improved the cooking stoves that make our food get ready in time, and at the same time we are able to save firewood. So as earlier communicated, you will have to look at this. It is very improved. It saves the energy. It is very comfortable, and it makes our food get ready very well. So with this, we are able to beat the time so well. At exactly 12:45, we have the P7ers out for their lunch. Then later at 1, we now bring out the rest of the children to have their lunch. Very soon, we have also adopted another campaign and that is the community service. We have drawn up a program, and at the end of the term, we are supposed to take our children out. We plan to go to the municipal and clean or carry out cleaning services. We want to do this in order to make our children learn that community service is not a punishment. Community service is supposed to be part of them. And as well, we shall be showing a very good example to our managers of the city or the municipality, and any other person who may not be knowing what exactly is supposed to be done. So by taking our children and our staff to do the cleaning, I imagine we shall create an impact in people's lives. We have not yet embarked on this, but in our program for the term, it's already there. So we plan that when we are done with the examinations, we can now take our learners and then do that part of activity. So there is a lot more that we are doing here, including a quiz on Fridays of every week from 2 to 4. We have either a debate or a quiz competition. But before the learners go into these competitions, we normally first teach them. We try to guide them about the responses. Like for example, as far as debating is concerned, we normally demonstrate at the beginning of the term. It is the teachers versus teachers, either maybe lower level versus the upper level. So we do it before the learners, and they really witness the way the points are argued out, and then later we ask them to do the same. Actually, our learners are doing so well as far as this is concerned, because we believe that children learn by imitation. So what they imitate is what they try to bring out. So this is also part of us, and very many other activities that take place in our school. So each time we plan, as I said initially, that everything, all success lies on proper planning. So we normally involve all our staff members, and then we plan together, we plan for policies together, and actually this is what makes up Global View Preparatory School. We have our own culture, the way we do our things here, and every one of us is part of the system. So a gatekeeper is consulted, a kitchen staff is consulted, the administrators are consulted, PTA is consulted, as well as the school management committee. They all bring in their views, and then we sit together and arrange how all this is supposed to be implemented. So for us at Global View, we involve all stakeholders. Everybody is part of the system. It is not a single man's show, but we involve everybody, including the school prefects. We normally hold the trainings for our school prefects, because we believe that we have to train leaders right from a tender age. So we try to empower them. We try to give them part of our authority, and they are doing so well as far as this is concerned. We have the heady boy, the heady girl. Each sector, each area has a learner who manages it, and we try to treat them differently. They have a lot of privileges. They do not line up to get food. We use titles like honorables, and this makes them so happy to do their work. So they don't work in the dormitory, they don't work on the compound, but they help to supervise. They help to report in case there are any issues. They help to bridge, administration or teachers and the learners. So we believe that when we train them, we can lessen our work as teachers. So that's why they are also part of the administration. The nursery section of the Global View Preparatory School was the first section to be opened up. It was the first section that was way back in 2007. This section started from Ayul, and later it was expanded up to Lamit, where we are right now. Yes, initially we were challenged a little bit. The numbers were low, but they have kept increasing. I believe the numbers are increasing because of what is going on at our section. Planning applies to both the sections. Right from the time of recruitment, as I said earlier on, we look at merit. In case there is need to add a staff member, we normally advertise, and then the applicants go through an intensive interview session. So we ask them to teach practically, and then we see how best they handle such little ones. We also ask them about general information, about current affairs, because we believe there is nobody who can ably deliver very well if they are gamblers, or if their papers are not good, or if they cannot practically show it up, then they cannot be part of the team of Global View. So right from the beginning, we take them through that kind of interview, and then the best are selected. And definitely there is a program of supervision. The ministry does it, the municipal does it, and then internally we also intensify the supervision. So we monitor a teacher up to the dot to see whether what we planned together is being implemented or not. We also listen to the parents' take. We normally listen to them. When they are advisors, we listen and judge. If it is applicable, we go ahead and focus on it. If not, then we also share with them what is necessary. So we have K1, K2, and K3. Mostly in K1 we have those young ones, 3 years, others are close to 3 years, and we train them really. By the end of the year, we have targets. For example, we do it weekly or even monthly. So at the end of that period, we must see a positive outcome. So we set targets. We set targets when the year or the term has just started, and we make a follow-up to see, like in baby class, we have a time lag. By the end of that duration, we want to see, is there any change, any positive change among our learners? Can they ably hold a pen, a pencil, and write? How about the listening? Can they listen, adopt and write and transfer? How active are they in class? So all that helps us to judge who our learners are. Previously we graduated very many, and they were all taken up to our primary level. They are doing so well. Our learners are motivated because when they transition from nursery section to primary level, we normally give them free uniforms. So that alone motivates them, and as well it motivates their parents. So we are doing well via there. We are doing well. We try to cater for them. We try to cater for them. And they are organized. They are doing our best. As I said, it all begins with the proper planning, you know. So long as there is a schedule, there is a plan, a work plan to follow, then the rest just goes on. So at the end of it all, we do evaluation. At the end of the term, we do evaluation. Mid-term, and then at the end of the term. At times it involves appraisals, appraising a teacher. Each teacher in our school has a file, and whatever happens to that teacher is filed. So at the end of the term, we bring out these files and invite teachers, and then we go through and see how far we have gone, how far we have achieved. Where there is a gap, we advise. We advise accordingly. We advise accordingly. And that's why there is a lot that has made us, or that has put us in the position where we are today. We believe we shall adopt more and have 100% score come end of PLE. My message to parents out there, to the nation men and women, let's invest in education. There is nothing much greater that we can give to our children apart from giving them the best education. Today, as we talk, there are few people who may succeed without really going through the right levels of education. But the right thing would be proper investment in the education of our children. How can we do this? We appeal to the parents to always visit the schools where their children are learning, to pay fees in time, to provide scholastic and personal requirements to their children. They should show love to their children, but controlled love. When I say controlled love, it means you providing the basic needs to the learners, and tell them you love them. Because if you don't tell them and show them, they may find some other person who will tell them that they love them. So let you be the first person to show that love to the child by providing all the necessary needs, and above all, paying school fees. It does not stop with fees. Make a follow-up. Talk to the teacher who teaches your child. Find out more about who your child is at school. How is their performance academically? How is their performance as far as discipline is concerned? Dear parents, it's very, very paramount. Work with the school, because the school cannot independently groom a child without your support. So please, when we do this together, we shall have a better place to live in. Thank you so much, Upland Television.